Hi, I'm Margaret, and welcome to Garden School. Today is the winter solstice, the day when our nighttime period is the longest and our daylight is the shortest. And boy, I really noticed this morning how far on the southern horizon the sun was coming up. Wow, that was nice that I could tell we had a clear day today. That was great. Well, yes, it's the winter solstice, but also it's the week of Christmas Eve and Christmas. So let's talk about some things we might want to be thinking about this winter time. One of the things we want to think about when we have snow is how heavy it is and what it's going to do to fragile branches and shrubs. So coming out and just knocking off that excess snow so things can get back upright, and then noticing things that may need to be staked. And of course we're not going to be able to do that today in the snow, in the frozen ground, but when it thaws we can certainly stake some things up so that they're not going to be leaning down so much and have a better opportunity there to be upright. Another thing we can do is think about the wildlife that are still present in our garden. So maybe putting out some extra seed for birds, other little animals that you want to have in your garden. That's a great idea. But also think about their need for water. Now, when it's so cold, they do need a source of water. I happen to have a little pond here that is still running. If I didn't, I would probably put out a little dish or a shallow dish of water to have the birds be able to get some fresh water. Now, you may have time to come into your shed or your storage area and think about the things that could be organized a little bit better, so that when you want to use them in the springtime, you will be able to find them better. And then you may also discover that there are some tools that could be cleaned. Yeah, like that one. I gotta do that today. One thing to do during this break period where we can't be actively gardening is to make a list of the things you want to address, the things you want to change for next year. Here's the beginning of my list, and yours is going to be unique to your situation. And also make a list of the things that were really successful and what you want to make sure you do next year. And as I was starting to think about this, it's like, oh, it got bigger and bigger and bigger, but there's one thing I should still put on this list, and that is simplify. Well, we'll see where that goes. So there are a few things that you can be doing during this time when we can't really be actively gardening perhaps the way we want to, but we can certainly be preparing for the next season and enjoying this season too, where we have to make some changes in our normal behavior and modify and adapt. That's okay, it's all good. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season. There's always more to learn in the garden. Bye-bye.